Listen, you shouldn't have to stretch your budget to buy jeans with a little give. High-end denim can cost hundreds of dollars, but bargain brands don't offer the same level of style and comfort.
Yeah. You can't get some jeans that cost you hundreds of dollars and like have to do a juice cleanse to get into them.
Totally. So Distilled, spelled DSTLD, they've revolutionized the fashion industry with their timeless luxury grade denim. So you get jeans that would normally cost you hundreds starting at just $65.
Yeah. They eliminate these crazy markups because they refuse to work with middlemen.
Refuse. They ship directly to you for free and guarantee the fit, or they'll send you a new pair until they're perfect. Distilled jeans are built to last and will be a staple in your closet for years.
They also have a bunch of fall jackets. So if you're like into a classic denim or you want like a bomber jacket, you can just expect the same level of quality.
Okay. And so for a discount, go to dstld.com/feral and you'll get $10 off your first order.
That's
d.com/feral for $10 off. Bye. Thanks. Bye. Alie, let me ask you a question.
Yeah. Fire away, dude.
What?
Fire away, dude.
Oh. Yes or no? Finding the right hair color for you, Alie, can be a challenge.
What color is my hair right now?
Burgundy.
Yeah. Was that on purpose?
No.
Did I need to use E-Salon?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, wait. You can scratch that.
No, it's great. E-Salon offers professional grade. Leave that in. Completely personalized hair color that's created just for you and delivered right to your door. Alie, you fucking need this.
I need it so much. This is the last time I will color my hair without taking the steps to get the right color. I grabbed a color off the shelf. It was the wrong color. My hair is maroon now.
Don't do it. Alie, do you love questionnaires?
Yes.
Here's a hair questionnaire. Upload your photo and a personal colorist will formulate your individually blended color from over 15,000 pigments.
Oh my God.
I know.
I need E-Salon and a time machine to go back to yesterday.
Totally. Well, they've got you covered. There's 100% satisfaction guaranteed if you're not happy, Alie.
Oh God, I need
with
this.
Your color. It will give you a free reformulation or refund.
I think anything's better than what I did to myself before.
I mean, you look cute.
Thanks, dude. But you know what? I like that the color doesn't fade. Like they have the grays covered. Because I get some grays every once in a while.
I mean, at 23 years old, our gray is like pretending to start to come in.
I know. It's probably because we're such big thinkers.
We're so young.
So you can visit esalon.com/slumber party, all one word. And do that. You get 50% off your first order. So that's $10 for your personalized hair color, which is crazy because the last time I got my hair colored in a salon, it was like $180.
Dude, you can do it your freaking self. I've been doing it my freaking self for years and years.
Yeah, I really got the wrong color. So I need to use eSalon. You get 50% off your first box at esalon.com/slumber party. So go do that. Don't be an Alie Ward.
Send us photos too. Hashtag it at, I don't know, Alie in Georgia. Let's see your hair.
Yeah, just tag us in it on Instagram. Let's see your pictures.
Let's do it.
I want to look at your hair.
Bye.
Feral Audio.
Hey guys. Hey. It's Alie in Georgia. Hey. I'm Georgia.
I'm Alie.
This is Slumber Party. Oh, we're going to tell each other both what we learned this week, and then we're going to introduce you, and you're going to tell us what you learned.
Okay.
And you can comment on our shit if you want.
Do you want to start from the top?
Yeah, so shut up for a second. No, I think this is part of it. It's funny. It's funny.
Okay. Hold your roll, Babcock.
Alie, what'd you learn?
I learned that your couch is hella comfortable.
Thank you.
And I learned I'm gonna go with the one that I wouldn't normally pick.
Okay.
I learned that Baltimore crab cakes are a thing.
Oh,
Have you ever had one?
What does that mean?
No.
Oh shit.
It's okay. I've never been to Baltimore, and I'm dying to go.
It's like whatever. It's great, Baltimore.
Baltimore's great. Fine.
What do you
crab cakes?
Okay, so you know when you have a crab cake and you're like, this is like a bready, lumpy thing, and it's like a meatball.
Yeah.
That's on more of a horizontal plane,
right?
a
And
sphere.
it tastes vaguely crabbish.
Yeah, but a Maryland crab cake or whatever, is just all of this huge big lumps of crab meat that they put into a huge burger, kind of. And
like a burger patty.
Yeah, but there's no bread or anything in it. It's just anyway. And so if you get people from Maryland when they're offered crab cakes elsewhere are like,
Can you hear this? My stomach's growling.
is your stomach a weed whacker outside?
No.
I can hear that. Anyways, that's what I learned.
Okay. I love it. That's great. I learned that. Shit.
You
Learned
learned
that I didn't turn my cell phone off before.
Ooh, who's texting you? Tell me who's texting you.
It says, "Love you" in all caps.
Oh my gosh, I'm sitting
wanna
right
punch
here.
me in the
How did
face?
my text? Oh, is it from your boyfriend?
Yeah. Oh, that was like the worst text you could have asked me to read out loud.
It's actually just all caps from my boyfriend. That's just like, I love you.
Oh, okay.
Adorable.
1976 in Philadelphia.
Okay.
There was a convention at a hotel. And there was some mold and bacteria turning into an amoeba in the air conditioning system that
I love this.
221 people contracted this L. phenophilia bacteria. It's like a form of pneumonia found in aquatic systems, and 34 people died. 1976. It's a convention. Want to know what this is called now?
Oh my gosh.
Well, here's a hint.
Okay.
Is that the convention was all Legionnaires.
Oh, this is what you get if you go in the hot tub at Playboy Mansion.
But it's called Legionnaires'
Legionnaires'
disease because it was a Legionnaire convention.
That's
a convention
cute.
of the American Legion. And so they all caught it, and they called it Legionnaire. Isn't that fucking great?
That is great. And I was going to say, like, what kind of convention was it? Because that's no one's going to want to go to that. But did you
American
hear?
Legion, and that's the etymology. Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
That's how easily things get fucking name shit. And
But did you hear that Legionnaire's disease broke out from the hot tub at the Playboy Mansion?
Yeah, because
This happened
of
like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is like,
That's
if,
more
if
like-
you got that, you're like, yeah, I've just got
That's
Legionnaires.
disgusting.
Were you at the Playboy Mansion? I was.
How'd you die? I wouldn't do the Playboy Mansion.
I caught death from a Playboy hot tub.
Gross. Mold. I love mold. Fascinating.
I like that story a lot.
Thank you.
I want to see everything in microscopic form.
I know.
Should we ask our guest what he is?
Hey, do we have a guest today?
I think I heard him earlier, but I don't
I don't
see
know
him.
what you heard, but it wasn't me. I've been sitting over here in this corner being nice and tidy and quiet.
Chillaxin'. We just invited you over, and you happen to be on the podcast. It's our good friend, comedian, writer, hilarious person,
Good editor.
Good what?
Good editor. Too.
Good editor, Ron Babcock.
Ron
Hey.
Babcock.
Thanks for having me,
Hey,
guys.
thanks for coming on.
It's been a
Yeah.
pleasure ignoring you for the last couple minutes, but it's a greater pleasure to
I wanted
now
to
have
say
you
so
on.
many things about the STD pool, and
Say something.
What?
I mean, just that it's like just so like the idea of going to the Playboy Mansion, like as a single dude, just be amazing. But the amount of
Really?
stories I've heard about the grotto and how just
the word
soaking
grotto.
in just soaking in filth and disease.
And
Nothing
pee.
like hot water to breed STDs, you know, and you just soak in that. Just all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I guess it's not that fun.
I wouldn't go to in a hot tub in like a nice hotel, let alone a fucking filthy, disgusting Playboy mansion.
Although I would go into like one of those Japanese spa hot baths, like
Why
in a
that?
second.
Why that?
Well, because it's Japanese and I feel like it's safe.
You trust them?
Yeah.
You know why? Japanese have butt washing toilets, so I feel like you're already
yeah.
set up to have a better hot tub experience.
I did one of those once.
How was it?
In Japan, and they had a little thing, you know, right by the side. It was like this computerized keyboard. I didn't
Yeah.
know how to read it, and so I just pressed the one button, which I saw was like the 0.
The button?
but it was the max setting, and a garden hose of water just shot straight up inside of my body. And so then I immediately moved because that is not a sensation you're used to feeling as a man. Just have this like reverse poop kind of like going the other way. And I like spread my legs and like the water just started going all over the wall.
We are off to a
I
good
kept
start.
hitting
right
the
now.
button, but it just kept making it go in like different patterns. So like, and the thing over there though, like their bathrooms are so much more on point because it's floor to ceiling, the door.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, I don't know why in this country we can't manufacture bathroom doors that aren't flush seams.
Because you'll do
I don't
drugs
know.
in them.
Tell
us what you learned this week.
I learned how the hackers actually broke into all the celebrities' accounts.
iCloud, is that it?
no.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Oh, the cloud isn't safe," and I'm
Yeah.
a big tech guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it wasn't really that the cloud isn't safe. It's the passwords they were using weren't that great. So hackers they break in on this thing called a brute force attack, which is where hackers will try just thousands upon thousands of different passwords, like combinations of letters
For
and
each
numbers.
person?
Yeah.
But do they run a program?
They run a program, and I mean, just an unbelievable amount of passwords. And so if you have only 6 characters in your password, well, there's only so many combinations of letters and numbers and punctuations that it'll be. And if they keep running this program going thousands upon thousands upon thousands, sooner or later, they're going to have a match. And once they find it, then they have that key that unlocks the door into all your data.
How come this doesn't happen all the time? Is this a hard...
It does happen all the time. It's just that I think people don't really talk about it. So
What should our passwords be then?
your password
Let's
should
figure
be
it out right now.
Your password should be a combination, an
let's just-
alphanumeric combination with special punctuation and with no words. So you want them to be crazy. I would recommend using a password manager, which is
Just the password is manager.
well, yeah.
That's your password. Manager. Manager
2 words.
69.
Password manager. is
Yeah,
your
I mean,
password.
it's a long password. It's harder to crack.
So
So, like-
add 69 on the end of whatever your password was right before you
Use
changed
your
it.
whole name and then put 69 at the
and then
end.
put 69, bro, and then,
and then high
an
five
emoji
yourself.
of 2 hands high-fiving.
Can I tell you something funny about password cracking?
Yes.
I was setting a password on my phone and
What is it?
I'll tell. I can't. I was setting it. There was a 69 in it because that actually had nothing to do with butt licking, but just 69 was part of my password, and it was like Apple was like, "Are you?" Essentially, it's like everyone has 69 in their password. Can you pick something else? And I couldn't figure out why.
They were like, hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
420 or 69. They're like, bro.
Essentially, if you want to crack in anyone's phone, just do 69, 69, and it's like half of America.
Shut
half
up.
of anyone's passwords are 69, 69.
For a long time, most people's password, including myself, was the word password.
No!
Have you guys ever
And I
had...
thought I was so clever.
You're very clever. Have you guys
God.
ever had to give someone your password and the password's like an embarrassing... Like mine are all like weird and embarrassing and fucked up.
Yeah.
And so either your boyfriend or like the Apple manager person or like Sprint will be like, okay, what's your password? And you'll have to be like, well, it's sucking dicks with an X. Like,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it is.
I did that once, and I had to get my phone was broke, and I brought it in to get fixed. It turned out I just had a bunch of lint in the
done
headphone
that.
jack, and I was like, my phone's not working, and she's like, hey, let me take it. And then she cleaned out the lint, and she's like, give me your headphones. And so she put them in, and she pressed play, and she immediately started cracking up because I was listening to a shit ton of R. Kelly at the time, and it was just deep into Ignition Remix.
Oh my
And you just see me, this like white bald guy, and she's like, your phone is fixed, sir. And I'm like, oh man, come on. Who doesn't like R. Kelly?
Yeah. That's
Well,
fair.
you'd think she would. I think people at the Genius Bar see more than most
So much
surgeons
stuff.
do.
Probably.
Like, I think that people who fix computers have like a doctor's sort of
I'm amazed,
stoicism.
like what people just leave on their desktop.
I have a
I'm
question
like,
for you.
Jesus.
They said that like they had deleted those photos that were hacked, but
They're in
people
the-
don't know how to delete correctly.
Yeah.
well, in your photo stream, it just takes the last 1,000, doesn't it?
I don't get it.
Like you have your camera roll, right?
Right.
Let's say you take a picture. You take like 7 pictures of your boobs. You're like,
I usually do 8. I like a solid 8.
I have 6 nipples, so I like to get a little bit further ahead.
That's cool, bro.
Also, remember that I'm new to iPhone.
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So PhotoStream is like where it says the last 1,000 pictures you've taken, I'm just going to keep them here in case something happens and you need to access them. So if you've deleted all 8 pictures of your nipples, they might still be saved on your PhotoStream.
Can I just go into my phone? I could probably ask this later. Not in the
You can
podcast.
just, I don't know, delete it. But that's good because if you're like, shit, I deleted all those pictures of my nipples, you can sometimes go in PhotoStream. You're like, oh, look at that.
Oh,
Like, some
here
of
they
that
are. I
stuff,
wanted
like,
to
a lot of
email
times
them.
when you delete something from your hard drive or on your computer, it doesn't disappear. It disappears where you can't see it, but it's actually still on your hard drive. It's just, it doesn't get deleted until it's overwritten by another file. So that's why a lot of times when people were using like Snapchat to send whatever back and forth to each other, and you're like,
Whatever,
oh, that's
meaning pictures of
Child
vulvas.
porn.
pictures of dicks
Yeah.
Child
and
porn.
other things.
Yeah.
And it's, so then it's like, it's still on in the memory of your phone.
Well,
Can I
that's
propose something?
Yes.
Can we not call them dick pics and can we call them phallograms?
Telegram.
I've
Yes.
sent my lady
Yeah.
a phallogram and I do.
It just sounds so
You know.
old timey.
Or
Sounds like an old timey penis wearing a monocle and a top hat.
if someone sent me, I'd be like, oh, I got a phallogram.
How long do you think it took for cameras once they were around? How long did you think it took for the first dick pic to be taken?
5 seconds. Actually, no, 17 minutes because the exposure was like 16.
Hey, let's ask a question that involves slumber party questions.
Oh,
Okay.
We
have
could
a
do
question?
that.
Can we do everyone's favorite first? Everyone meaning mine.
Yes.
Snack time.
Oh, heck.
Okay, you're alone in your studio apartment. And
This ain't hard to picture.
It's you get home from doing a show and you're hungry and you're
Home from another sold out show, another standing applause.
Oh God, your soul feels empty, so you want to feed it with something like that you love. That's weird. What is it?
I just discovered mochi
Really?
Oh my God, welcome.
thank you. I love them so much. I just started getting them at Trader Joe's, and I got the green tea,
Yep.
Yes.
and then I got the strawberry, and then I had the
Yes.
mango, and then I had the chocolate, and then I had the chocolate again. 'Cause I was on, but now I'm back to the green tea. Well, I can't wait to get back to chocolate.
They're too chewy.
You can
gooey.
tear through them. You like the dough. You like
I
the
love
dough,
it.
right?
Yeah, it's like eating raw, like pizza dough.
I know.
You know, I gave it to this girl who was hanging out at my place. I was like, hey, I got a little bit of a treat for you, and she was like, and girls love it when you say like you got a treat for them. They're like, oh, really? You got it? I'm like, I got this because I think you would really like it. She's like, oh,
girls love
what's
that.
this? And I'm like, so I come over with this little plate, and I'm like, got you some Japanese ice cream called mochi, and she's like, I've never had this, and she ate it, and the look on her face was like, she wanted to be thankful that I was like being really sweet and nice, but she just hated that
Why?
gummy texture.
Was
she
it
just,
Georgia?
No, she just didn't like it at all.
Fuck
And she
that
was
girl.
like, it's really
No
good. Thank you so. I'm like, you don't have to eat it if you don't want
It's
to.
definitely.
I love it.
It's good. I like it. I would just rather have something crunchy.
There are two camps, I think, with dough, and I shouldn't disparage anyone who's not in the camp. I just don't understand them, so I come from a place of ignorance. But dough is always better than whatever it ends up being cooked. Batter is always better than
No.
cake. Cookie dough is always better than cookies. Pizza dough better than pizza.
All of those things, if you leave them in for an extra few minutes in the oven, they're perfect.
No crunch.
Crunch
I don't know
me.
what it is.
You know what I love actually, and the same kind of idea as mochi is red bean buns. I'm really into like red bean
yeah.
donuts now.
It's interesting because red bean buns are like, it's like a taste that I never, like when I ate it, it was a taste that I never had until I had it. Like I was like, oh, I didn't know this taste
It's like,
existed.
this tastes like blah blah blah.
It's kind of like sugar paste. It's like farty sugar paste, red bean.
and I love beans.
Do you know what I mean?
It is a little bit like a white bean sugar paste.
You know what would be great if we had mochi where it had some kind of like crunchy shell exterior
Yes.
with a gummy interior.
And
I think that would
everyone's
be
happy.
interesting.
Yeah.
What would you have to coat that in, though?
I don't know, some sort of sugar. Like,
What about like a magic shell situation?
What about like a creme brulee situation?
oh, I love creme brulee.
You just have it'd be like a baked Alaska, but you have to engineers. Any engineers listening?
Creme brulee is one of those
You get
desserts when it's on the menu. I can't, like that and cheesecake. I just like, I got to see what your creme brulee is all about. But people, I've eaten so much shitty creme brulee. But even when it's shitty, it's still really
Yeah,
good.
it's really hard to fuck up creme brulee unless you burn it.
Yeah. Or it's like, or you could just tell it's like just this frozen crap that they just like, you're like, this isn't creme brulee.
I have a question. Were you a fat kid or not?
No,
How
I've
fat
always
were
kind of
you?
kept my shit together.
Really?
Actually, I thought I was a fat kid because my brothers and sisters growing up called me a fatty boombalatti all the time.
Why?
But I don't know, because they had like a little bit of baby fat, and they're like, "You're a fatty boombalatti," and so I always thought I was a fat kid. And then looking back at pictures, I was like, "I wasn't a fat kid. You guys just gave me an awful complex."
They were just assholes.
Do you
Why?
ever?
Do I look like I was a fat
No.
kid?
No, I'm just curious because you never know
Alie.
what's underneath. But now that your siblings are grown and you're grown, do you ever hash out shit with them? Like, do you ever
Yeah.
Do you ever say like, "Hey, that time you did that thing"?
Oh, my brother, I think I mentioned this once before, but like a couple years ago, we went out to get pizza. I grew up in Northeast Pennsylvania, and there's this bar, and we went there, and the drink special that night, this is what it's like being in Northeast Pennsylvania. A couple years ago, here's the drink special. Large cheese pizza, large pitcher of beer, $7.
Oh my god.
That's Wilkes-Barre. It
I don't
is
want
like
that.
the cheapest place.
Good God.
Still in an economic depression. And he turned to me and he's like, "Hey, I wanted to apologize for how I treated you as a child."
Wow.
And I was like, "What, John? What are you talking about?" He's like, I was really you know, I used to like beat you up.
Oh my god!
You remember that?
Yeah, because he was 5 years older than me, and like there's a big difference when you're 8 and 13.
Totally.
You know?
Oh, wow.
And he used to kick the crap out of me, but it was like it was like, John, it's fine. Like I used to like, I would cry like around the corner. He wouldn't even be near me, and I'd just be like, John, and then my dad would storm around the corner and like and so I deserved it. Like every time I got hit, like it was because I was being a little piece of like a punk.
Did that heal any wounds, or did you just not even? Were they already scar tissue?
Actually,
You didn't
no,
even care.
I think it did heal some. It wasn't like it was a big wound, but it was nice. Like it was just kind of like, because I kind of was like, yeah, I was a little shit to you sometimes too.
I've said that to my parents, but I've never said it to my siblings. And I don't talk about that shit.
If you had to bring up would you ever bring up a beef with a sibling? Or is it like not worth the beef?
I feel
that
like
it would
beefs
cause?
always naturally come up.
Yeah.
Beefs
you know?
come up if you suppress beefs, though. Then
Do you
they-
have siblings?
Yeah,
How many do you have?
I have 2.
I have 3 older sisters, 1 older brother.
Jeez, older sisters are the worst. I mean, they're great because you learn from them, but
Are they?
What?
it's
You?
There's like they were like teenage years, and I was like in 4th grade. I'm like, why is everyone yelling?
Well, I do feel like the only time when 2 people can beat each other up and like it's not assault is if it's brothers. Like that's the only time everyone's like, eh. And if you saw a grown person beating a young person, 2 grown people beating each other, a man beating a woman, you'd be like, this is assault. I have to intervene. 2 brothers beat the shit out of each other, and you're like, nature. And you
Yeah,
just keep
it's like you
eating
work out the
casserole.
aggression.
I don't know. It's just like, yeah, they'll do that. It's like watching fish fighting. You're like, well, what am I gonna? They're just
I think
they're animals.
I once had like a moment when I was out in public and I saw this like little older sister like kind of hitting her little sister behind her mom's back. And I had this little sister moment where I yelled at her.
What'd you say?
I said, "Hey, leave her alone." And then her mom turned to me and I said, "Do you see what she's doing?" Because she was totally doing it. That every time her mom turned away, she would do some shitty thing, and this little girl was just like clearly abused.
Oh,
It was so.
was she crying? Was anyone crying?
The little girl was just like suppressing it.
So wait, are you the baby of the family too?
Fuck yeah.
Wait, are you the baby?
Yeah.
See, I think comics are always the babies of the family.
Yeah.
Like,
Are we all
very common.
babies?
Like comedian types are always the babies.
Yeah, because it's like your job is to make light of terrible shit that's happening around the
Yeah.
dinner table, and so you like just put underpants on your head, and then you're like, everyone look at this. You're like the
I
cat.
used to,
You're like having a dog in the room.
Yeah.
I used to do this thing where I used to eat rice like a baby. So I was like well into high school, and my sister MK would always be like, "Eat rice like a baby," and I would just put my head down on the plate
Oh my
and just like pick it back
God.
up and just be my face would be covered in rice, and my dad would be like, "Running, stop it!" And I'm like,
Oh.
Can you incorporate this in your stand-up?
It's pretty funny.
You're about to go on tour. Can you just at the end of
Just have a plate of rice and put
Just
my
a
head
moment.
in it.
Yeah.
But
It's
you know,
surprisingly entertaining.
have you ever been though in a room and then a dog comes in the room and then suddenly like everything's like, oh, we can all focus on this dumb fucking dog.
Yeah.
I feel like the youngest child in a family serves the same role that like a schnauzer does.
That makes total sense.
Did your parents like give up by the time you
Yeah.
were around?
Oh, for sure.
Like mine were so tired that like my brothers and sisters always said that like, oh, Ronnie got a pass. And I'm like, no, mom and dad were just tired.
Yeah, they couldn't.
And I was a good kid. I was a really good kid growing up.
I think I tried to be. I always think I am, and then I'm always like, what if I was a brat and I didn't know it?
Well, did you do bad stuff? Like
I don't remember doing bad things.
I never did. Like I never talked back to teachers. I
Yeah.
never skipped school. And actually it's one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't like, raise a little bit more hell.
No,
I
you're
was
good.
a really good kid until like junior high, and then I like flew off the handle. But yeah, like I was a surprise, quote unquote.
Oh yeah, I was a
mistake.
surprise too.
So yeah, I think by the time that happened, they were like, "Oh fuck, this we didn't want this."
Oh
How
no.
big of a year difference between you and your
My
next sibling?
sister and I are 19 months apart.
19 months. Oh man, my brother and I are 5 years.
Oh my! So my mom, my sister was what? How old was she when?
Less than a year, and your mom got knocked up again. And
Can
she
you
was
imagine having a fucking baby and then getting knocked up?
like, she's like, autocorrect is supposed to fix this.
Yeah.
What is even?
10 months old, yeah, and then
Every child in the Babcock family has been a happy surprise.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
And
why-
there's five.
well,
Four?
no,
Five?
even in the extended family, everyone's like, "Oh yes, we're pregnant." I'm like, "Oh, was that?
Oh my
expected?
God.
Oh yeah."
Someone's got to pass out some pamphlets.
I'm just
'cause
like,
yeah.
they are
I don't know.
confused.
The Babcock women are fertile.
Wow.
So it's just like, in the Babcock men, oh god, I don't want to know.
Just shoot them out.
Yeah.
I had discussed a little bit. I went up and saw my family this weekend, and I brought up some stuff with my mom, kind of just to see like what her, like kind of in a, remember this thing?
you were poking the bear.
I was poking the bear a little bit because my family tells a story about how when I was like 2, I used to scream from my cage or the playpen or whatever. Like in the middle of the night, I used to go, more apple juice, please.
Oh my God.
And my family still, my mom is, her attitude about it is like, ugh, this thing, it's 2 a.m. screaming for apple juice.
At least you're saying please.
And also I was thirsty. I was
You're a baby who's thirsty.
baby in a
It's like-
cage.
Also, don't give your 2-year-old apple juice,
Also
Mom.
that, yeah. And but
Sugar, middle of the night? Come on, Mom. What are you
knows.
thinking? There's a reason why I'm not sleeping.
apparently my mom also put Pepsi in my bottle. And
Jesus
Christ.
Yeah, and then my mom said at some point the owl bottle disappeared, quote, which then solved her problem of having to get up in the middle of the
Give
night.
your
and-
child fluids.
Yeah, but my mom's whole, she would kill me if
She'll
she knew
never
this, but
listen.
I,
She would kill me if she knew how to work podcasts.
she doesn't. But she thinks it's just hilarious that this thing always screaming for apple
my
juice.
God.
I was like, if I adopted a weasel, I would have to feed the thing snails because I
Yeah.
decided to take care of this weasel.
My cat bites me in the middle of the night to get up and feed her.
Jesus.
And I love the shit out of her.
I don't know. I think that previous generations are like,
Yeah.
you just had the babies. You got them married and you had the babies, and now it's like, I'm a Taurus. Would I be a good mother?
Yeah.
Like, it's overthought. Are you going to be a dad?
yeah.
Do you think you're going to make a good mother?
Yeah, I mean, I've always, it was weird. When I was a kid, I always thought I would be like a dad of like a big family. And like, as I've gotten older, it's like, I definitely want to have a family, but time's really flying by, guys.
I know.
Sure
I mean,
is.
you guys have it way harder than dudes, obviously,
God.
Yeah, it
which I
sucks.
do not envy that position of like the whole biological clock ticking. But I want to settle down, have a babies and all
I feel
that.
like it's hard. We have that situation, and then I feel like guys know that we have that situation, so they're like,
Ugh.
yeah. Like,
just
if
want-
I'm dating this girl, she's going to want to get married in the
Listen,
next...
I'm 35, so you know me. I just want to lock down some 27-year-old. So
Real good
still
ones.
3
Harry
years.
eggs.
I had an old dad, so I'm like, hey man, old dads are cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And I've seen your ex-girlfriends. They're young and cute.
Yeah,
So you're
I-
fine.
Hello.
I remember this one time my mom was telling the story like when she first had a baby, she was a new mother. She wanted to do everything right. And I guess at the time you're supposed to breastfeed the child. She's so big on breastfeeding. She's like, you got to breastfeed your children.
Yeah.
And then she would be on each, each side for 20 minutes.
Oh,
and she'd
man.
have a timer. And so it'd be here. And then she'd time it. And then she'd switch and do it.
God.
And then John came around, who's my older brother. And she was so tired that she would just pass out on the couch and just fall asleep and then wake up 45 minutes later and then be like, oh, gotta switch. And John was like, yes! I had to breast milk
Is he
for
really
days.
smart?
Yeah, actually, John is super smart.
Is he super... Oh, my
All my
God.
brothers and sisters are actually good people, very
Breastfeeding.
smart, good eggs.
Are they all
You know.
back east?
They're all over the place. My one sister lives in London. She married a Brit.
Dang.
No one lives in Northeast Pennsylvania.
Do your
Now-
parents?
My mom is in Northeast Pennsylvania.
What the fuck is she doing there?
Well, she's lived there her whole life.
Yeah, but your
so.
grandkid... Do you have...
She travels a bunch though. My mom's she's older, but she's active. She's
Okay, I
extremely
don't mean to talk
active.
shit on your mom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, why don't you leave Mary alone?
Welcome to the Mom Slam podcast.
How was that podcast? They made fun of my mom for an hour.
They made me call her and tell her I didn't love her anymore.
It was messed up.
Now wait,
But I got 100 Twitter followers out of it, so it was kind of a good deal.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You're about to leave on a huge tour.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
No.
Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, it's this 3-month thing.
3
Jesus.
months?
Yeah,
That's like a mission for a Mormon.
No, I think I booked too many shows.
How many shows do you have?
I'm doing 38 cities,
Oh my God, Rob.
and I think I'm doing a lot of
And you're
shows. I'm doing,
driving.
I think 50 or 60 shows.
I just want to tell our audience right now, they can't see this, that his face looks really scared.
It's just a lot. I thought I'm I'm gonna do this, and then Jamie over at the Improv was like, hey, you should headline the Improv when you come back, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, and he's like, well, I will do that December 12th. I'm like, oh, cool, all right, so I'll just do it for 3 months, and then
Oh, my God.
and then but it's kind of cool. I got sponsored by this by MercedesMotoring.com.
What?
Heard of
Oh, the good people at MercedesMotoring.com.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a 1999 Honda CR-V.
Cool.
Yeah, so I crush a lot of pussy, and
So it's a bit of
In a
step up.
hatchback, you really can.
It's a bit of an upgrade.
What are you driving it around? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, it's they're letting me drive a fully restored 1975 Mercedes Benz,
Holy shit.
and it's a
Does Does it run on egg rolls or something? Like, is it like a diesel, biodiesel?
It's no, not a biodiesel, but it can if I wanted it to. But actually, biodiesel, the problem with that is it's really hard to get that gas like filtered correctly, so it gunks up the engine. So this is just run on pure diesel. But this car, it's like, I've never been into cars. I've never been a car guy and this is literally my dream car.
Dang.
And it's sexy as fuck.
What color is it?
It's harvest beige. So it's this nice khaki
Harvest
color.
beige.
What color is the inside? Is it?
It's
leather?
it's like a tan leather interior.
Tan leather.
And it is. It's
Can you
beautiful.
be careful, please?
Yeah, be careful.
I will be very careful. These things are built like tanks, though. They go on for like these old Mercedes, like they'll go on for 500,000 miles.
Yeah, but what if
just keep going.
What if you slam into a semi? Then it won't.
Georgia
This
is
car,
here
these
for
old cars are like.
hypothetical horrors with Georgia Hardstark.
Thank you for thank you, George.
Just be careful. Do you know what I just watched?
What if you die?
Have you guys seen what something's wrong with Aunt Diane? There's something wrong with Aunt Diane.
No,
No,
but that
what
sounds
is
like
that?
menopause movie.
Oh God.
How is that not about menopause?
Terrible. It's terrible.
Terrible.
It's terrifying and terrible at the same
Aunt
time.
Diane's single.
No, you're not going to make fun of it when you hear.
Why does Aunt Diane have so many cats?
It's about a car accident. I don't want to talk about it. Watch it on
Oh.
Netflix, but don't watch it on Netflix because it's fucking the worst.
It's gonna be crazy. I'm doing like 8,000 miles, basically driving from like New York to LA.
And
Or
you,
LA to New
where's
York
your
and
first
back.
stop?
Covina.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my gosh! So you're starting out local.
Yeah, well, I wanted to start off with a couple shows where I'm
Yeah.
like feel comfortable.
What
and
day,
then-
what day does it start?
This Saturday, so
Holy
September
Moses.
13th, and then it's gonna be 3 months, but it's gonna be super fun. And I'm doing actual like a lot of small towns too.
That's so
So
cool.
You
not
need
just
an
like-
app where you just have an app where it's like, where is find the Babcock?
Yeah.
Oh, just go to heyron.com.
Heyron.com.
Everything's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
What's it called again? Because it's a
Bends it like Babcock.
Bends it like
It's a little.
Babcock.
It's a cute little name. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing like a whole road documentary about it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be posting to the Instagrams. Can I tell you how much I love Instagram?
Instagram's
Yes.
the best.
I love it so much more than Twitter.
What do you like about it?
Okay, I like
'Cause I
seeing-
love it.
You know,
I just wanna know.
First of all, I don't understand why everyone gets fired up about seeing pictures of people's food. Like,
Oh, I love it.
What? You know what I like? Food.
Yeah.
You know what I like? Sunsets. So I like seeing pictures of food and sunsets. I don't understand why this is a goddamn thing with people.
Replace the latter with cats, and I'm like, fuck.
Oh,
I
it's
like
cats.
food and cats.
Your
Great.
Instagram is great.
Hey, thanks,
You got
Ron.
a good one.
Allie Ward.
Allie Ward at Allie Ward.
Allie Ward.
She's got a good one. She always takes nice pictures, like, landscapes. I like a lot of landscape
Thank
photos. It's just because everyone on Twitter is just trying to be so goddamn clever.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like you're trying to be snarky, and no one like celebrates anything. It's never like how something is awesome. It's just about how everything's shit. And Instagram, I like that there is at least some semblance of positivity about it, and I like seeing the fun parts of people's day, especially like weird B celebrities, or like famous people.
Like, who do you follow? Who's your internet crush?
Oh, yeah. Who's your internet crush? Also, can I say one thing? I think that when people are more vulnerable on Instagram and they don't troll as much, because then you can click on them and you can see pictures of their mom and make fun of their mom. So on Twitter, you don't know.
That's a
so
good
people
point,
troll, but I
actually.
think like people put themselves more of their actual life up, and I think that they're less mean. Anyway, but who's
That's
your
actually-
internet crush?
No. Well, she messaged me, so
Oh, well,
that might be her internet crush.
hey, Ron.
Have you guys ever heard of this show called Danger 5?
No.
It's my favorite thing.
What is it?
What is it?
It's an Australian comedy show. You can see it on Hulu Plus. YouTube would love it. It's about a group of super spies trying to kill Hitler.
Oh my
but
God.
it's set in the visual style. You would love this, Georgia, of the swinging 60s.
Oh, dear.
Even though it takes place like during World War II. It's by the same people who made Italian Spider-Man. I don't know if you ever saw that. But it's
I want to watch this.
it's so good. And there's this girl who plays the character Isla, Natasha Ristic, who's basically like when I was a kid, I used to be really into redheads. So, and then when I got older, I got really into girls with brown hair.
Hey.
What's up? And so Natasha Ristic though is on this like brown hair, but like Eastern European, like Serbian. And I love that like Southeast European, like, when they always look sad.
You just propose with a bread loaf and they're yours.
And hungry.
Yeah.
They look sad and hungry.
I don't want to be like, I'll make you smile all the time.
You're like, here's some mochi. Try this. It's delicious.
So I added them all on Facebook because I like the show so much. And it's only one season, it's 6 episodes, but it's so funny. And then all of a sudden I was like, she private messaged me on Twitter that was like, hey, I watched your bits. I think you're really funny. And I was like, we're gonna get married.
Did you get married?
No, we just talked a lot about the show, but
Okay. Where
I'm
does she
still
live?
happy with that. Australia.
Oh, you should maybe
Drive
take a
to
detour.
Australia.
Yeah, on your tour.
Do you know who she looks like?
Who?
She looks like that girl from that Robin Thicke Blurred
Oh,
Lines
Jesus.
video.
Yeah.
You know that like girl who's like
The girl.
epitome of like, but I think she's even prettier. I think
Well,
she's
that girl's an idiot.
and she's funnier because on the show she's hilarious.
Does she listen to this podcast? Because we might make a love connection.
Oh my god.
What if she knew how you felt, Ron, and then she comes out of a closet in Jordan's
Yeah.
apartment?
What if she's like, hey, I heard you on the podcast.
Yeah.
Nice. I'd be like,
I need a green card. Can I come marry you?
you just like, you ever see those people though, where you see them and you're like, I am so, good God, it's like someone just like they just hit all the things that you're into.
I
Yeah.
know.
But what if your things are weird?
I don't
Like
know.
what? What's the weirdest
I'm into
thing?
bald guys.
You're into bald guys.
As you just
She
said, you're
says
into
to the bald guy.
redhead
Oh my God.
and brunette.
Yeah.
I think it's
You love bald guys, Georgia.
do.
Your boyfriend's a
my
tall bald
boyfriend. I
man.
saw him across the room, and I was like, "Damn,
Who the fuck is that?
I really
What is
like."
it about? First of all, I love hearing that because everyone always likes to touch my head when I'm always like,
so insulting.
don't do that because it's so sweaty. Like every girl's ever touched my head, then like immediately wipes their hand off on their pants. And I'm like, yeah, it's just like,
Touches your. It's like touching a woman's pregnant belly. You just don't do shit like that.
well, I mean, I don't mind it that much. I'm just
weird.
like, don't do it. It's hot out. Like, because it's always hot in LA. So I'm always like,
I feel like
I
it's
never
weird.
realized that that's a sweaty part.
yeah, well, the most people's
You get rid of
sweat
heat
goes
there,
into
yeah.
their hair, and like bald guys just don't have that.
Never thought about that.
But then you saw him, and what is it about bald dudes? Just, is that clean look?
No, it's a confidence that they have that they're just like, yeah, I'm fucking bald. And they're not like vain about it.
Yeah, I'm
I like-
fucking bald. They're wearing shirts that say, yeah, I'm fucking
Yeah, I'm
bald.
fucking bald. It's just like, it's simple. And they're not obsessed with their hair, which is nice. And so they're not going to be, or maybe they are. I don't know.
It actually does. It makes things. I don't know. I spent maybe $10 on haircuts in the last decade. Like I just shaved my own.
Like
head,
I've been with
like,
a
once
guy
month.
who was going bald, and I'm with a guy whose hair's gone. And
you-
I am so much more stoked on the guy whose hair is gone.
Well, you just got it. Once mine started to go like. Oh man, mine started to go when I was 20.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I started really thinning on 20, and when you're 20, it was like
Oh, yeah.
like 24, it was like really gone, and then my buddy was like, you should just shave it. And I did, and I've never gone back. Because
Yeah.
as soon as I did, everybody was like, that looks like, I'm thankful enough that my head isn't like weird.
Well, that guy was
know?
balding that I was with was like obsessed with it and put like all this shit on his head and like would just like check it in the mirror and freak out all the time.
You
It's
just
so
gotta let
annoying.
it go, man.
Yeah.
It's really not that big of a deal.
It's really not.
I dated
Alie?
a guy with a hair transplant,
Shut up.
and I knew, and we never, ever, ever talked about it.
No. You never talked about it
We dated
once?
for years.
You dated for years and you never talked about it.
I totally knew, and I think
Would
it
you
came
ever
up.
run your hand through his hair?
Yeah, I'd see it.
I mean, so it was
I mean,
good
it
hair
was
transplant?
Yeah, I mean, he had a really big scar on the back of his head from where they took the follicles to put them in the front.
Oh my God.
And
This is crazy.
I know, and I saw the scar like soon after we started dating.
And you
know?
weren't like, what the fuck is that?
Well, yeah, but I was like, I think I had seen like a Bosley hair restoration commercial, and I knew I had a reference point where I was like, oh, I know what that is. And I never mentioned it. We dated for years, and I think one time we were like on a really long road trip, and he mentioned that he had never had surgery, and I was like, are you sure about that? And and he was like, and he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, shut up. And then that's the only we've ever talked about it.
Oh my
How
god!
did he think no one would know?
I mean, I think if you didn't run your hands through his hair, there's a chance you might not.
But could you tell when you ran your hand through his hair?
Yeah, because he had a scar back there.
But aside from the scar, like the hair felt normal?
You might, yeah. I don't think you would think about it.
Let's call him right now.
Oh man. But I mean, but he was really, really anxious about it. If I were a dude, I think that would be something I would be anxious about. You know, just like sometimes I'll be like, you know, bummed about certain things I have, and I'll be like, oh, why don't I have big boobs?
At what point is it
Or any
okay?
boobs.
Like, at what point is it okay to change something about yourself that you don't like? And at what point is it like, oh man, you should just accept it for who you are?
I
you know?
think it's fine to change something about here. Like it's when it gets into the like it's dangerous or it's extreme. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with getting hair plugs.
I mean, if it made him feel better, fine. I mean, same with, it's just when you become more fixated on your appearance and what's going on inside.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I'm kind of like and this is going to sound super shitty, but I know there's like a big movement to be like embrace your body size no matter what size it is. But at some point you have to be like, actually, you are doing more harm to yourself by not keeping yourself in good physical condition and be like, embrace your teeth no matter how many fall out. It's like, well, you also should make sure that you have all good, like there's...
My mom's a dietitian, and her specialty is childhood obesity.
Oh, wow.
And when I go home, all we do is talk about fat kids. And she'll tell me, like, statistics that, like, at some point, like, we gotta start taking better. Like, it's really bad.
Wow. Yeah, well, my mom gave me Pepsi in my bottle, and I had a root canal at age 8. Like, there's no one. I shouldn't be like, accept your cavities. Like, that's not good health. But I think that I'm all for accepting yourself.
You can be bigger and still be healthy. Like, weight is a very bad indicator.
Yeah, I mean, you can be muscle
health.
mass and
but
stuff.
But if you're like having Doritos for breakfast, man, come on.
Yeah, if you have you have more body, if you have an unhealthy cholesterol levels and like more body fat than your structure can handle, then it's like for your own health's sake. But it's like we're at a weird time where it's like there are things that you should accept about yourself, but there's also ways that you should embrace what's most healthy.
I'm kind of dealing with that right now, actually, though, because like I never weighed more than like 107 before I was like 20 something, and now I'm like, I'm fine, I'm 130 and it's okay, and I like myself.
That's
got some
still very tiny.
It is, but
You
I
tiny
don't
little
like
thing.
the way. No, I have some hips and some stuff going on, and I eat like shit. That's
You're not going to have like a stroke at 30, though.
But that's the thing. The difference, though, is I eat the way I want to. Not like shit. I don't eat Doritos, but I'll go to like a nice restaurant, eat like fucking a great burger and like beer and not care. So if I just didn't do that stuff,
I think it's always like just finding a happy balance.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I tell you guys something that I don't really ever talk about this, but it was something that in high school that I had a body issue, and it was awful.
What was it?
I had one patch of hair in the middle of my back.
Oh,
and that's
lower back,
like kind of over one of my kidneys, just on one side.
Weird.
Like my whole back was smooth except for this one patch of hair, about the size of like maybe like a little bit bigger than the bottom of a Coke can.
Oh, God.
Like imagine like a little bit bigger around, and just this one area.
As your twin brother,
and I hated like taking my shirt off because people would, rightly so, go, "Hey, Ron, what the fuck is that?"
Oh my
and there's
God.
nothing like being in the locker room and hearing the phrase, "What the fuck is that?"
Did you get rid of it? What'd you do?
So I would be like, I want to get this removed, and I didn't know what to do, and I wanted to like shave it, and my dad was like, "Ronnie, you need to learn to accept yourself for who you are." And I was like, no, because people shave their face and people like put acne cream. Like there's lots of times where we don't accept who we are, and I don't think it's weird. And so I went out and got some wax, and I started to heat the wax up in the microwave, but I physically couldn't reach my own back.
God, that's why you have sisters.
Well, they weren't home because they were all at college. So I ended up calling out to my dad, and I was like, "Hey, Dad," and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Can you help me wax my back?"
Oh,
Did he do it?
He's like, "God damn it, Ronnie!" And then he did it, and he's never laughed so hard because he did it where he just like ripped it off, and it was. I never realized how painful. I do not envy what
Imagine
you guys
that's
go
your
through.
ball sack, though. And then you do it 15 times.
It was awful, and he was I could never seen him smile so much. He was
my God.
just an old man, just shrouded in glee, and he just was like having the best time.
That's such a cute bonding moment. I love
it was a little weird.
Did you do it only once? Then you were like, fuck this noise.
I did it once, and then I just started like just shaving my back, and then it all worked out because my whole back just started getting hairy.
Yay.
But now I got actually like there's a website. I reviewed once this thing called the Man Groomer, which is basically like a back scratcher with a razor.
Oh my God.
And guess what? It's awesome. Totally worth it. And so now I just use that to like, clean up the
like
old back.
a shaver with a long handle.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Do you keep it? Where do you
genius.
keep it?
It's just in my little vanity drawer,
vanity
That's pretty genius.
It's because
though.
hair on the front of the body is good and hair on the back of the body is bad for when it comes to men.
I just don't like butt hair. I don't care about back hair. Just butt hair is
You mean on the
gross.
surface of the buttocks?
Yeah. butt cheek hair.
I don't care.
Well,
You don't care?
I don't care. I don't know
think
why.
a lot of guys.
Because I'm otherwise very superficial, but for some reason I'm like, it's your butt. What am I going to file
I mean,
a
I'm
complaint
not
about it?
grossed out, but I'd
what
rather
are
you
the
did.
what are the superficial things? What's the thing that's like the deal breaker?
The deal breaker?
Where you're like,
Probably
we're
like
not doing
super,
this.
super jacked teeth. Where it looks like there needs, like it looks like there's tartar
It's like they're allergic to floss.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like super, super jacked, dirty teeth, kind of. Because I'm like, oh, I want to put my
that's
tongue
your
in there.
mouth.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's like
So
where
probably that.
I'm going to be spending a lot of time in that, pal.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Ideally.
It's like but I mean, so I don't know. Is that super? That's a little superficial.
No, I mean, I think we all have our things. I tend to, and this, I don't know, but I've never been a big fan of like thin lips.
Oh,
You know,
like a lady with a big
I like
mouth.
them big old pillowy, like making out.
What do you
lips.
think about when you can tell that someone's had injections? What do you think about
Oh, I
that?
think it's gross.
You
That-
do? So
Yeah, I don't
you're-
like that.
You're like natural.
No, yeah, I'm definitely like. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess
Can you tell?
maybe.
Can we tell?
Well, I can
Good
tell.
ones,
I can
maybe
tell when
can.
I can
Yeah,
tell,
maybe we
but
can.
maybe there's times where
know.
it's like it's happening. Maybe it was done really well.
what about? Have you seen fake boobs? Like touched fake boobs?
Oh yeah, I
Can you
once-
tell?
Yeah,
Yeah, what's that?
well, the first time I ever touched fake boobs, it was weird. They were like, and there was like a really early boob job.
Did you know that you were touching fake boobs?
Yeah, because it was like a basketball with a nipple. Like it was
Holy
the hardest thing in
shit.
the world. They looked amazing, and then I touched them, and it was just like hitting like metal. Like it was just.
But they looked
so
good?
they looked amazing, but like she took off her bra and her boobs did not move.
Yeah.
and I was like, that's
but
interesting.
she didn't say anything beforehand.
No.
Do you have to say something?
I don't know if you have
I
a
don't think
disclaimer.
you have to.
I know. I guess I always figured you did.
I think you find out really quick. But I mean, I don't know.
I would
but
feel
that-
like I would have been kind of like deceived. I guess.
Who cares though?
Yeah, I don't,
Like, what are you gonna do? You're like, you took me home because you like this, you jerk.
Yeah, you
not
did.
that you're
Yeah.
a jerk, but it's like, eh.
okay. All right.
I guess all bets are off or something. I mean, but it seems like one of those things you just kind of wouldn't talk about.
So you don't mind it, or you do?
I don't know. I think it just goes on like I don't know. At this point, like I'm over my whole like just hooking up. Like I just
Yeah.
kind of like at this point I'm like no, I'd actually like to meet someone, settle down. So like
So if you like them, then you like.
yeah, it's like
everything.
well, how
Yeah.
do we mesh on the hanging out level? Like that to me is like if I can meet a girl who can hang, like a girl who knows how to tell a story,
Yeah.
like a girl who's funny, like a girl I could hang out with for 4 hours and not be like, okay, I'm done. Like who I still want to keep hanging out with. Like that to me is like, okay, boom.
Good
we're
luck
in
with
it.
Are you
that.
dating anyone right now?
No, it's a little weird to start dating. So, some girl messaged me and and she's like super cute, like really like. Whoa, really? Okay.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm leaving town for 3 months. So you want to get back?
Snapchat.
Yeah, no, I'm not dating anybody right now though. Which I'm actually like, I don't know, kind of fine with. Like I'm just kind of like I've been a little selfish after my last relationship. Where I'm just kind of like I'm like I don't want to date anybody. I don't want to.
You need Ron time.
I don't want to be. I'm so tired of being. That's why I deleted Tinder and all that shit because I got so tired of being constantly trying to be charming and funny. And I'm like, man, I just want to meet a girl in real life because I've gone on Tinder dates and you get excited and then you meet up and they're perfectly nice people, but it's like. Sometimes it's just there's no spark. And then in real life, if I meet a girl I'm excited about, yeah, I know like from the moment I see her, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And I'm just like, I'll spend
so
like
fun.
trying to think of charming things to say. And I'm like, man, maybe you should do this like for your own stand up. Like if I spend as much time on my own stand up as I did on fucking Tinder, like,
No.
I
Gross,
don't
right?
like charming though. I know it's weird, but like
oh, then you must hate me, huh? How we doing?
shockingly, I don't. The charm thing, I feel like I can smell it, and I don't fucking like it.
I feel like that's like smarmy.
I know what you
You don't like manipulative.
I don't like someone who is on and doing a thing
Oh,
and
yeah.
selling me themselves
And singing.
and singing a song. And I don't like musicals.
Georgia's wearing a straw hat and carrying a cane right now. I don't know where that came
I'm
from.
chewing on a piece of straw. It's great.
No, I mean, who wants to be manipulated? I mean,
I just think there's some guys out there who are like really great. I'm like, oh my God, I met the most amazing guy. And
Yeah.
he's so smart and funny and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I met this guy and we had this really awkward conversation for 10 minutes. And he's so cute. I can't stop thinking about him. Like, that's so much better.
I can always tell a date is how it's going if you go out for just drinks which I actually like going out for like drinks. It's always if you have 2 drinks each, and then if you decide to have the third drink. If you have the third drink, it's like, because at that point, you not only have the third drink, but you wait a little bit to drive your car home. Because you can't. So it's like if that third drink is like all right, we've been doing this for an hour and a half.
We're in this.
We
until
ready to do
close.
another hour?
Yeah.
And if you get the third drink, then you're both kind of into one another.
I have to tell you, if I drink more than 2.5 drinks, I am shit hammered.
How is that possible? You guys do all these damn shows about drinking. I expected your tolerance to be like amazing.
Good
No,
God,
not
no.
at all.
Really?
No.
I have 2 at the most. I have 2 drinks, and if I'm out with a gentleman, I will drink one of my drinks. I will drink half of the other one, and then I'll be like, "You can finish this," because I will be shit hammered.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I don't have a really high tolerance.
That's so surprising. I thought like,
But that's the thing. It's like, if you work in a marshmallow factory, you don't eat marshmallows all the time. You're like, they're great. And I got into the marshmallow business because they were delicious. But
we talked about this before when we were like, don't say that. We want to talk about the whole. Here's what I do at airports.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
this
yeah,
ties
yeah.
in.
So
and I
Ron has a treat yourself right airport.
I have a thing.
this.
Like, you guys got to just go to the airport. You've already spent a couple $100s on a plane ticket. Give yourself $20. First of all, get there early.
Well, a lot of times we don't buy
because-
our own tickets.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, then treat yourself more.
I know.
Because listen, flying is so terrible.
Yeah.
That you deserve to treat yourself a little bit.
Okay.
Now, first of all, get to the airport a little bit early because my most hated thing in the world is running through an airport with luggage.
God.
I hate it. It's because people are looking at you and you're tired and you're sweaty. So go to the airport, you sit at the bar, you just get yourself a Bloody Mary. Yeah.
Oh, we both hate
It
Bloody
costs
Marys.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
You don't like Bloody Marys?
Hate them.
It's nutritious.
Tomato juice
hate them.
is cold ketchup, and it's disgusting.
It's
is
it's rubbing alcohol and cold soup.
No.
and it's thick. It's
So gross.
thick and
Listen,
spicy.
before I go on a flight, I like a thick drink that has bacon and celery in it and olives.
I mean, I respect you.
Don't
Ron
you like
Babcock.
salt?
I don't care. I would rather, if you were like, go to the airport and get an almond milk latte, I'd be like, Poner. But I'm like, Bloody
Almond
Mary.
milk? No, I'm going on a plane a little bit lit up. I don't get drunk in the air though because it makes you feel terrible after like 2
Does
drinks. It does.
Can you imagine, George, if we traveled together drunk?
No.
We would be crying and hitting each other in the face before we even made our layover.
I go to the airport. I always get Bloody Marys before I get on board, and but it is whatever drink it is. Like you could get a vodka tonic or a nice coffee, but it's just nice to sit down. And I actually airports are the best place for people watching. You see some of the worst parents in the world.
I don't want to see that.
And the things that people wear outside of their house.
Oh, boy.
In public.
I know.
Because people are just wearing pajamas now on the plane, which is just like, oh, really? Sweatpants shorts? We just clearly not giving a fuck.
I
Okay.
don't understand people who get on planes without layering. I see a woman get on a plane. Yesterday this happened. I saw a woman on a plane, tank top, shorts, flip flops, and I was like, "What? How do you survive? It's freezing in there."
freezing on the plane.
I once had to go to a wedding and I didn't have one of those luggage things that has the suit. you know?
Yeah.
So I had to wear my suit. And I had like this like Mad Men-y looking suit that when I had a job I paid like way too much money for. And so I got on the plane and I have never had so many people look at me like they're like, who is this young mover and a shaker? I don't understand why he's wearing a suit and a backpack. That's interesting.
Drug dealer.
But it was like people were so much nicer to me.
Yeah.
Like across the board, I just looked like I knew what I was doing.
Well, they say
Nope.
if you want to get upgraded to first class, you should dress like you belong in first class.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
they want you. They don't want someone. They don't want like
Schlubs.
a white lady with like vacation cornrows and like a juicy sweatpants. Like they don't want her up there.
Speaking of that, should we do fuck that?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay,
what's
we
fuck
always
that?
end the show.
Oh, in BTW, we asked Ron if he had a ghost story ahead of time, and he was like, "Nope." So let's go to fuck that.
Yeah,
I got a
doesn't
ghost
know.
story.
Someone else's. He looked it up
go
on.
to-
Yeah, he looked. He
You
was
go to-
reading like
I went to college.
ghosttales.org.
No, you didn't.
Went came out with $30,000 in student debt.
Fuck that. So one thing we love so much we want to fuck, and one thing we hate so much we're like fuck that.
Fuck it right off.
So Alie,
Let's sing. Let's talk about your hates. Let's talk about your
let's do
loads.
hates.
Okay.
Ron, let's go. You last. Alie, want me to go? Or you want to go?
You go.
Okay. The thing I hate so much that I'm like, fuck that, is that fig season is so fucking quick. What the fuck, figs?
Ugh. I got a secret for you.
What?
I got a fig tree.
I know.
Boom. December.
Fig tree?
Yeah, it's in a parking lot in my apartment complex. Don't get excited.
Does it happen again?
Boom. December, 1 fig.
Holy shit.
Sometimes, so you don't know. There's a second coming. My fig tree now has buds on it again, so give it some patience.
Oh, okay. All right.
So fig season is
does
short, but
suck.
why does that piss you off?
Because I love figs so much and I want to eat them all the time and I get so excited about them and then that makes them so expensive because it's such a short season.
Girl, come to my tree.
I'm coming to your tree.
Figs are like definitely like, oh, someone. I came in. I was like, girl, you have figs?
Classy,
like, 'cause
right?
that is like, it's like a $4, $5.
I know.
And you don't get a lot of them.
You
know?
owe me
I
some
just
money.
want the audience to know that Ron is saying this with a mouthful of figs.
Yeah, sorry.
From the
the
daintiest
best.
little
You guys don't,
fig fingers.
And he's got one pinky up.
I eat on your podcast, right?
Get on it.
Do it, girl. Okay, Alie, what do you hate?
I'm gonna say a big one. I'm gonna say shame. In general, I think shame is a really shitty emotion to feel. And I find myself sometimes grappling with shame quite a lot over things I've done, things I'm embarrassed about, things I'm worried about. And I'm like,
Fuck shame.
ever since we did our we did a live podcast, our last one. And when I get nervous, I talk a lot. Mm-hmm. And live shows, I get nervous, and I talked a lot in that one. And I have felt ashamed of that for
God,
2
let it
weeks.
go.
But don't you think shame can be a powerful motivator if used correctly? You know,
Yeah.
shame got us to the moon.
Shame got us to the moon.
Yeah,
because
because
we
we're all
were-
like, because, you know, Russians put that Sputnik, and we were like, man, we got to get our shit
Yeah,
together.
we got embarrassed and we were like, they did it first.
You guys, I'm making a shirt that says "Shame got us to the moon."
It did.
Shame got us to a soundstage in Burbank. If depending on who you
shut
ask.
Oh, shit!
Controversy. Shame.
I'm just saying. Though, are you ashamed of anything, Ron?
I mean, plenty.
Do you ever have anything-
Oh, you know, what? I
something
get
that you're like-
ashamed of like dumb stuff that I did in high school. I used to be
How do you
real-
get over it?
You know what?
How do you get over self-embarrassment?
Everybody's done dumb shit.
Okay.
Everybody's done dumb shit. You've done dumb shit. I've done dumb shit. And the worst thing you can do is just focus on that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Forget that shit and focus on doing awesome shit.
Thanks, Gandhi.
Yeah.
Good advice.
It is. It's one of those things that's like, okay, yeah, I used to do some idiotic stuff. So did everybody. Get over it. Like, well, people only remember stuff if you let them remember it. There's so much going on all the time. Like, you put up an internet video, and guess what? It wasn't funny. It's okay. Nobody watches your bad stuff. Because
That's
too
the
much.
whole point,
There's
is
too
that
much
it's
good
not
stuff to
watched.
watch. Unless you're doing something like awful, like being crazy racist, no one's gonna watch it. So you just like. You got to put stuff out there and realize that people are only going to pay attention to your good stuff. That's more from like a comedy perspective, but I think that applies to other people's
Babcock
lives.
University. Knowledge dropping.
You can see more knowledge like that if you follow my Instagram.
No, that is actually really great advice. I think that's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Ron Babcock. What do you hate?
What do you hate, Ron?
I hate dudes in super nice cars who beep at me because I'm not driving fast enough. I hate the Lexuses and the Audis and like the newer Mercedes Benz, and I'm in a fucking 99 Honda, asshole. Yeah, I can't go as fast as you. I'm sorry. Like, I got 229,000 reasons on my car why I can't go over 65 on the highway because my car will start to shake.
229 miles?
Yeah.
On your car?
It's
Thousand.
nuts. But it's like,
amazing.
dude, like,
It's fun.
I don't understand where being in a nice car turns you into like captain of the dickhead police. Like, just chill out, man. I'm sorry I don't have a nicest car as you.
Can I say something that actually bothers me on the opposite of that? When I'm in my my little Nissan Versa and this fucking guy in a really nice sports car is going like 20 miles under speed limit. Why did you buy that car if they're going to go fucking slow? And so I beep at them because I'm the dick. Yeah, I'm the
What
dick.
year is your car?
It's a 2012.
Oh, man.
She got fancy.
I've never driven a car. I like how this tour, I'm actually going on an older car.
That's hilarious.
39 years old.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see your grams about it. What is your Instagram?
It's at HeyRon, and then my website, which has everything, is just heyron.com.
Stockholm. Okay. Now on to things that you would
Things you love.
Something you love so much you
Wanna
would
fuck.
you would lay it down in a field on a blanket on a summer night, and you would touch its face, and you would say, "You're so pretty," and then you would slow bone it, Georgia.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to work. The mechanics of that's gonna
Giving
be
to
weird.
charity is a great thing.
What
And
is?
giving to charity? Like I love that. I think it's a great thing. But what I love even more, can you guess this?
Is it Kiva?
No, it's getting those return address labels that they give you when you donate money. the ones that say your name and your address, and you're just gonna put it on your envelopes when
Those
you
are
pay
really
bills like you're a
great.
fucking grown up.
What charity did you give to that gave you address labels?
I think Blue or Red Cross. Yeah.
And then you got like a little Georgia M heart star.
Yeah, want me to give my address out? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a drawer full of those, and I just love them.
Hey,
so
can I get a
much.
couple of those?
You
please?
want them? Sure, they're all
Thank you
yours.
so much.
All of his
I-
parking tickets.
You
come back to
ever do Kiva.org?
No, what's
that's
that?
my favorite charity. It's this micro lending site where you lend to entrepreneurs in developing nations like $25, and then over the course of like 2 years, they pay you back your $25.
Oh, it's a Kickstarter.
And then you just re-lend it again. So I've had the same like $100 in there for 5 years, and that $100 has been lent over like $500 or $600.
Dang.
And then you could still take that $100 out when you're done, when they've repaid it back. So it's like, I think it's great because it's like, I don't know, it's just a nice feeling of like, hey man, here's a little bit, and it's like $25, and they start like a market or whatever, and then they pay it back to you, and they have
incredible.
like a 99% repayment rate. But it's a really, they do like amazing stuff.
Kiva.
Kiva.org.
Go donate and feel better about yourself.
Allie, what do you love? And then Ron, you'll tell us what you love besides Kiva. That wasn't your love.
No, I got my
right.
thing.
Okay,
Allie.
are you ready for this one though?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You guys are ready for this
I'm
one?
ready for this.
Oh boy.
I would go to this thing's father and I would be like, this is the one.
Oh my God.
Grinding nutmeg.
Grinding nutmeg?
Why does that feel so good?
Oh, yeah.
If you have a nutmeg nut and then you put it over a microplaner,
Yeah.
that shit's so fluffy. And you think the thing's going to be hollow because it's so lightweight.
Yeah.
Fresh ground nutmeg. It smells goddamn delicious.
Wow.
And it's so light you think you're going to grate it and it's going to be like a hollow acorn, and it's not. It's just this perfectly fluffy thing. And if you go to Pete's Coffee, they right near where they have all the accoutrements, they have a nutmeg in a grinder.
Yeah.
And it's like this little pepper grinder.
Freshly ground.
And it's like fluffy, aromatic, but there's a feeling about it when you're grating it. Oh, it's
That's
great.
really cool.
It's
Love it.
just
That
great.
smell is definitely like
I could snort nutmeg.
happiness infused.
If someone gave me the opportunity, if they're like, do you want to snort some MDMA or do you want to snort this nutmeg? I would snort the nutmeg, like hands down. I would be like, I would like to have that experience more than the other one. Anyway, what do you love?
I've been doing this new thing where, and this is the oldest man thing I've ever done, and it's the oldest man thing is to work out. I've been treading water in the morning.
What?
Shut up! I'm up to 15 minutes.
Oh
Where?
my God.
In the bathtub?
No, what kind of bathtub do you think?
I
I'm in?
don't know.
Here's my studio apartment with my Olympic-sized swimming pool.
It's like egg beaters, right?
I have a swimming pool in my apartment complex.
Oh, that's
and it's
nice.
really nice. And I've lived there for 6 years. I've been in the pool like twice in the last 5. And then this year I just started, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to tread water. And I did 5 minutes and it was exhausting. And I've been adding a minute, but I absolutely love and afterwards I just go underwater and see how long I can hold my breath.
Whoa.
And I just love that feeling of being weightless in the water, and all the sounds of the city and life are completely cut off. And it's the most calming thing in the world.
That's lovely.
And it's a really nice way of starting your day. It's kind of like freshly ground nutmeg for your
Well,
life.
What about like freshly ground MDMA though?
I have to say, if I had a shaved head, I would
yeah.
swim so much more.
Oh, is
True.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having
Damn.
hair,
I thought about that too.
having lady hair is like being a third grader with a cast on all
Because
the time.
then it's like the chlorine gets in it,
And
and,
then you
it's
ha-
just like,
washing your hair and drying it and curling it again is a 45-minute process.
why don't you get on one of those cool ass swim caps?
Those
Those
only get
don't-
hair out of your face. They
Get
don't
them
keep your
latex
hair
swim
dry.
caps. Oh, I always seen a lady in a latex swim cap.
Yes.
Oh, girl, what's your name?
Powder on it. And shit.
But yeah, that's a handicap that we give ourselves. That a future generation will be like, can you believe that women were expected to have this long hair they had to take care of like a disease? Like we're gonna look back and be like,
cat.
remember before we all shaved our heads?
Yeah.
Because that's the way to do it. Ron Babcock did it first.
I can't wait to see in 50 years the stuff we're doing right now that people are like, dude, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like they always had sugar. That was nuts. Like when sugar all of a sudden is like the evil guy, which will happen in the next like 5 years.
It's already
It's like,
beginning,
yeah,
I believe.
it's like, it's all non-fat stuff. Well, they replace it with sugar.
Tell Mary Babcock. to
Oh
tell
my
the-
God.
The kids.
This is all we talk about.
We're going to stop eating animals at some point, and we're going to be like, people are going to be like, how did you
justify
Grandpa,
that.
what did cows taste like?
Everyone did it.
We're gonna be the old guys like, you need a goddamn steak if you want to get filled. And
We're going to be the racists of the future, but with animals.
Yeah.
We're going to justify all kinds of shit.
and also race because
And also,
everyone's
people are still
racist.
racist. You guys, this has been